I had both parents that loved me, you know. I definitely had that. Rooted in the church, went to a private Christian school pretty much my whole life.
Okay.
So I feel like I had some good character training, had a lot of scripture in my life, had church every Sunday. I knew how to be a good girl. I knew what was expected from. I won't say I always did it, but I knew what was expected at home, and I know what's expected there.
Wendy, how you doing?
I'm very well today, thank you.
Okay, I love your office.
Thank you.
Beautiful. So who's that over there?
This is my daughter Lindsay.
Okay.
She is 26 and she's in the bachelor program at Chico State University, majoring in animal science. Very
she looks like you.
Yeah, she does. She's a lot like me, poor kid.
Oh, okay. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, ma'am?
Absolutely. I was born in Anaheim to a chiropractic lady. We moved to Stockton when I was about 5, in like 1973. My mom became the first female chiropractor here in Stockton. She worked with Dr. Smalley, had her own office on El Dorado Street here in Stockton for about 15 years.
Okay.
She met my stepfather there. He was a patient. They got married.
Oh. How lovely.
Very
I'm
lovely.
going to take you back a little bit. You said your mom happens to be the first chiropractor.
First female.
The first female?
Yes, sir. First female chiropractor in Stockton. So kind of cutting edge for that time. 1973, not a lot of women in the medical field out front. Kind of a male-dominated industry at that time. You know, I know that's changed a lot over the years, and now it's probably pretty even. But at that time, she was the first female here. I was very proud of my mom. When you speak about knowing anatomy and not understanding it, I think I was exposed to it at such a young age, looking at her skeletons, looking at her medical books and coloring in them and getting in trouble for doing things like that. But I think somehow that stuck for me. Anatomy came very easy for me. Medical terminology came very easy for me. But I grew up in my mom's office, listening, you know, and I think I picked up on a lot of those things. So I feel like the work ethic and seeing my mom put herself through school as a single mom pushed me to put myself through school a second time as a single mom as well.
That must have been tough.
It was tough. It was very hard, but I did it. And I was lucky that I was able to take my daughter to Delta College with me. They had a preschool program there. So while I was upstairs doing my anatomy and physiology and doing all my medical classes, she was down on the bottom floor in preschool. So it was great. I would take her with me, pick her up when we left. It was perfect. So in that regard, pretty great. I had a very good experience at Delta College, very good. I had a very close relationship with my counselor. Her name was Dee Brown. She helped me through a lot of rough spots when I really was struggling with this, because I wasn't in school for surgical technology at Delta. I was going to be a radiologist. That was the direction I was going to go. I'm going to do x-rays and CT scans and ultrasound. That's what I want to do. Right? Complete my prerequisites for that. Get to the part where I'm going to sign up for that program because it's another 2-year program. It was a lottery. They're going to draw names out of a hat. I didn't get selected. I did very well in school. I made the dean's list.
Far back then?
Far back then.
Because
this was 2000. This was 1999. So all the way back then, they were still in the lottery system. I didn't get selected. My grades were good. Made the dean's list. Got Outstanding Student Award from my guidance counseling lady. She saw something in me. I appreciated that. She bumped me up. When I wasn't selected for a radiology program, I'm at a loss. I'm graduated. I have a baby. I have a little 4-year-old girl. What am I going to do now? So I started applying at local hospitals. I applied at County. I applied at St. Joe's. I applied at Danbury. These are local hospitals here in Stockton, just to get my foot in the door. I applied for dietary, housekeeping, anything I could do to get my foot in the door to see, like you, if I could go up on that ladder. I get an interview at St. Joe's, And they asked me, come in and interview for a surgical tech position. I had never heard of that. I didn't even know what that was, surgical tech. Okay, I'll see what it's about. So I go to the interview. I have a conversation with 4 nurses, which is I was very nervous. These are 4 very advanced cardiology nurses that are interviewing me to see if I'm right for a surgical tech program that they're going to start at that hospital. So throughout my interview process, they saw something in me, an aptitude, a desire, a hunger. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I was hungry because I have this degree. I have this little girl.
Yeah.
I'm 30. I need to get back out in the world, right? They get me in the surgical tech program. I just pick it up like eating.
Yeah.
There was just something in it that just clicked with me, the way I think, the way I move, the way I prioritize, my energy. It just clicked. And that was 2000. And here we are, 2023, pretty much. And I've been doing it ever since, up until a year ago. And I loved it. And I just got better and better. And I sort of just fell into it. I didn't even know what they did. I'd never heard that term scrub nurse or surgical tech. I'd never heard that term before. And a lot of hospitals didn't really have a lot of scrub techs per se. They would have RNs that would assist these doctors for the longest time. So allowing scrub nurses like me to come into that field was kind of a newish thing. Not every hospital had that. And it's surprising, but they didn't. Now it's the norm, right?
Yeah.
But 10, 20 years ago, you didn't see it so often. So I got right in it.
So that's how you got into it?
I fell into it.
You fell into it?
I sort of fell into it. I mean, honestly, I was applying for housekeeping, and I had a degree. I had all the prerequisites to do something next level. I just didn't know where to direct that, you know? And that was a push for me to keep trying. Keep trying. But I think I got that from my mom. My mom was a very driven woman. And my father too. When I met my father, I realized, whoa, I'm a lot like that. I'm a lot like that. You know, everybody loved my dad. There was probably 3,000 people at his funeral. And I'm not even exaggerating. It was tremendous. I was intimidated there of all the people that had so many wonderful things to say about him, you know. It made me feel good, you know. Maybe I got a little bit of that DNA.